Wow, everything is looking so beautiful. Oh, smells so good. We are in my backyard. Actually, it's my side yard because I found years ago as a single mom raising a child, like there was something about being a girl and being afraid of barbecuing or grilling meat or anything. I don't know why. It just seems like a guy thing to do. Maybe that's sexist. I'm not sure, but that was sort of how I felt. Like I didn't know how to work it. I didn't know how to light it. I didn't know how to use it. So years ago, I challenged myself to not be afraid of my grill. And now I want you to have that experience too, in case you are. If you're not, I'm just going to give you some new ideas. So I have got my grill at around 400 degrees. That's what I like it to be at when I'm cooking. And today is for all my vegetarian friends out there. We're gonna do cauliflower steaks and baby bok choy. That's a fun, rare ingredient. Asparagus, heirloom carrots, and one of my favorite, something I think of as basically gold, Maitake mushrooms. So we're gonna start with the cauliflower steaks because they take the longest. And I have 3 that I've already cut here, but I want to just show you how to do that. So you've got your washed cauliflower head there, and you want these to be fairly thick. This is going to be the meat, if you will, of your meal. I'm cutting this, I guess probably, I'm going to say like a 1/2 inch thick. And you want to sort of try to use like consistent pressure because otherwise the cauliflower will break apart, but that's what you want it to look like. This one's maybe a little too thick. I'm gonna leave that one, do that another time. Okay, so to prep the cauliflower, and I think I'm gonna do these 3, I'm gonna pour some olive oil on them on both sides. I'm gonna rub that around. And then on each side, I'm gonna sprinkle some salt and some pepper. And then I made my own little spice mix here. It's got fennel seeds, paprika, cumin, a little red pepper, some pink peppercorn that I ground up. You could use a curry powder, you could use a dukkha, you could use basically whatever spices you like. You could do sort of a blackened Cajun thing, that would be good. So I'm gonna do this to both sides. And these are gonna be on the grill for about 15 minutes on both sides. So that's why I said let's get the cauliflower on first because most of the other vegetables are gonna take about 10 minutes. It's pretty crazy how, like, I'm not a vegetarian, but I eat a lot of vegetables because I know they're healthy and they're also really good. It's crazy if you're not a vegetarian, how you might not understand how much vegetables in themselves can really satisfy you like a full meal. I beg you to try this even if you're not a vegetarian because I think you'll be surprised. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do with my grill here is I've got some high heat grapeseed oil on this rag and I'm gonna just rub that on the grill. The cauliflower's going on. Ooh, sizzling away. Okay, so I'm gonna close this up and I'm gonna set my timer for 15 minutes and then I'm gonna turn them once 15 minutes is up and go for another 15 minutes. Okay, next. First of all, aren't baby bok choy the cutest thing ever? I mean, this is not a food that I think people think about eating a lot, and greens are very good for you, which I think most people know. So I just wanted to introduce you to it. It's gonna get a really beautiful charcoal color and flavor. So the way I prep it is I cut it in half, and look how pretty that is. I'm gonna cut that in half, so that I've got 4 beautiful little pieces of baby bok choy. And these I'm gonna put in a bowl. Everything is pretty much gonna be salt and pepper and olive oil. Sometimes, you know, you can add a little lemon is a nice kick. I know it sounds so simple, but it just always seems to work for me. Beautiful flavors of the food come out. The bok choy is ready to go. Then I'm gonna be doing asparagus. These are all washed, by the way. All the vegetables are washed. Just gonna trim off the ends because those are kind of tough. And then those are gonna go in my bowl with some olive oil and some salt and some pepper. The nice thing about having a bowl is that it just allows you to get the oil all over everything. Okay, there's my second vegetable. Now I am going to do some heirloom carrots. And these I just think are so gorgeous, especially when you get them all plated to have this kind of color. I'm just gonna chop off the ends. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And then I'm gonna chop off the other end. Okay, and we're gonna do the same with the olive oil and the salt and pepper. And lastly, my favorite, sort of like gold, and you want to be really gentle with this, is the Maitake mushroom. I make these at Christmas for my Christmas dinner, and all my guests sort of fight over these. In fact, Last year, everyone wanted more mushrooms so much that we decided, in a joking way, we were gonna start a CrowdRise page for mushrooms at Teri's Christmas dinner so that we could have so much money to buy more mushrooms because nobody can get enough of the mushrooms. So again, just olive oil, salt and pepper. These mushrooms are gonna go in a special pan so that they don't fall through the grill. So I'm just gonna rinse off my hands really quick and then we're gonna put everything on the grill. So now we're gonna get the vegetables on the grill. I'm gonna place my baby bok choy here. I love that sound. I don't know if you all can hear it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the asparagus up here and do the carrots here, wherever they can fit. And then the mushrooms are gonna go in this very special vegetable pan so that they don't slip through the grill marks. I love being outside too. Kind of makes me feel like I'm camping. So the vegetables are gonna go between about 6 and 8 minutes. I'm gonna check everything probably about the time the cauliflower is ready to turn. And I'm gonna clean this up and then I'll be back. All right, so everything has been on the grill for between 15, a little less than 15 minutes, and we're gonna check things now. Wow, everything is looking so beautiful. So the first thing I'm gonna do is gently turn this cauliflower. That is just looking so amazing. I would hold it up, but it's a little gentle. You want to be careful with your cauliflower. Then I've got my Maitake mushrooms in here. That you can see they're getting a little bit golden brown. That's the way you want them to be. So I'm just gonna gently sort of turn those around. I'm gonna roll my asparagus just so they're sort of cooking on all sides. I'm gonna flip my carrots too. You can see they're starting to get a little bit of gold on them, and that's what you want, that browning. And the bok choy looks to be, I think, almost done. So I might take that off. See how pretty that is? Just beautiful with the little grill marks. They do cook at different paces, obviously, so you want to keep checking them. Like I said, the cauliflower is the longest, so that's going to be another 15 minutes. Carrots take a little bit longer, but asparagus, mushrooms, less time. So we're just going to keep checking them, and eventually we're going to have a beautiful plate of vegetables to eat. Okay, so we had our baby bok choy, beautiful baby bok choy. That was the first thing off the grill, and now everything else is ready to come off too. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. Okay, so I'm taking all these asparagus, and they are gonna go right there. They kind of like shrivel a little bit, and they get a little browned, but they're not burned or anything. And then we have our carrots, those gorgeous, gorgeous grill marks. That's what makes me happy about the grill. You get that beautiful art, really, to the look of your food. And, you know, they say people eat with their eyes, which I think is true. But the grill definitely gives you gorgeousness. And then we have our cauliflower steak. Oh, my Lord. That looks so fabulous. Just charred and oh, smells so good. Okay, and lastly, my favorite, we have our Maitake mushrooms. Oh, those are so yummy. You know, mushrooms are gonna give you a really meaty sense. So if you are not a vegetarian, but you're trying to eat more vegetables and lighten up on your meat intake, the mushrooms are a great way to go because they just have this meaty flavor, and also they have a ton of great nutrition in them, B vitamins, they're really good for you. So that is your magical plate of vegetables, the perfect meal, anytime. You can also learn to not be afraid of your grill. I'm digging in, that's what's happening with me. Oh wow, yeah. I mean, that's just perfect. You don't need to eat candy or junk or anything. Just vegetables all day, every day. Don't be afraid of your grill. Eat your vegetables and subscribe to my channel. You'll get notified about all my latest videos on vegetarian meals and lots of other stuff too.